Hey, Sugar Smack. Mama's back with a whole another one. This is the Ugly Resin Artist from Craftsaintperfect, and today we are making a castle jar and a self-draining soap dish. Now, the castle jar is for my grandbaby that's not here yet. She will be here in December. Understand what I mean? Now, Mama just has to make her jar early so we can get prepared for this grandbaby. You understand what I mean? Because I'm a whole professional out here in these YouTube streets. Now, let's get started. So I paint this mold with pink and blue interference powder. And the reason that I did this is because I am going to fill this little jar up with clear resin. And guess what, baby? Mama is going for whimsical. You understand what I mean? Let me tell you something. Just because Mama is old don't mean that Mama don't like whimsy. So now follow me down whimsy way, because that's where we're going today. Bars. Now, moving on. Let me just state that I am not making fun at a group of people, nor am I making fun at people with disabilities, because I'm going to tell you, I'm going to tell you right now, I got about 4 or 5 disabilities, and that's real facts. And let me tell you something. I know I'm laughing, but Mama has to laugh to keep from crying. Because if you take your disabilities too serious, they will get you down, baby. And Mama don't want to be down. You understand what I mean? Let me tell you something. Back in the day, Brandy was down. She had a whole song about it. Guess what? Mama don't want to be down. So guess what we're going to do? We're going to laugh to keep from crying. Now, here we go. I take Butt to the market. I pick him up from daycare. We're on our way. We get to the market. Now, I say this because Butt and I went to the market about 3 to 4 times per week. And although Butt was only 2 years old, Butt knew how to conduct himself in the market. I put him in the cart. He would chill, relax. When we get to the counter, he would only ask for, one of the little cars or trucks that were at the checkout counter. That's it. That was the highlight of our day when we went to the market. Now, this one day, we are walking through the parking lot. We get to the sidewalk. Now, as we're going, I'm searching for my phone because I can hear it ringing. And at this point, I'm just holding Bubba's hand, but I'm not scanning the parking lot like I normally do. So we get into the market. I mean, as soon as we cross the threshold to get into the market, here go this boy, call himself, covering his mouth, whispering, Mom, guess what I just saw? And I'm like, what did you just see? He said, a minion. I'm sorry, sugar, what? I saw a minion. And I'm like, baby, what in the world is a minion? He said, well, it was pushing the cart. I was like, what? I was like, oh, my God. So I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, what could he be talking about? Baby, when I realized what this boy was saying, he was trying to say a word that rhymes with widget. So I now have to educate my ignorant baby because he doesn't know any better. I'm like, Papa, where did you hear that word from? He was like, Wayne. I'm like, oh my God. I said, Bubba, you can't say that. Yes, I can. What you mean? Because Wink said I could say it. Let me tell you something, sugar. Wink is 6. You're 2. Neither one of you have lived long enough to be talking about people like this. So we're not even going to do that. Now, let me explain to you. This word is hurtful. It can hurt people's feelings. That community of people, they like to be called little people. That is the way that you are to address them. So he's like, oh, okay, Mom, I'll do that. And he said, it's going to hurt their feelings. I said, yes, it would hurt their feelings if you called them a minion. And he was like, okay, Mom. He's like, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I'm like, exactly. So everything's good. He has been briefed. He has been educated. He understands the assignment. We go in the market. We're waiting at the lunch meat counter. I got my ticket number. I'm about to be called next. I glance over to my left and I see the guy that Bubba was talking about. But when I turn back around and look in Bubba's face, His eyes are big as day. Back at the D mode, Sugar Booker. Now, as I was saying, I could see this boy eyes get bigger. That little finger came out and he was ready to point. Baby, let me tell you something, Sugar. Mama got on the good foot. You hear me? Listen. I took the cart and I ran away from this man because I knew Butt was about to ooze ignorance. So I ran away from this man. When we got to a safe distance, I was like, "No, what was you pointing and about to say?" "No, Mom, I was just going to show you that was the Minjin." I was like, "What? What are you talking about? Didn't I just tell you?" I was like, but we just had this conversation. Didn't I just tell you that you cannot call them that?" And he's like, "I know, Mom, but I just wanted you to see the Minjin." And he says it again. And I'm just like, "Are you kidding?" Listen, if I ever hear that word come out of your mouth again, we're going to have a problem. This fool was trying to say the word that rhymes with widget. You understand what I'm trying to say? That's wrong. I'm like, yeah, nope. We're not doing that. So I literally sat down. I had a discussion with him and I explained to him. And he's like, "Mom, I can call them little people because I'm a little people." And I said, "You sure are little people, but they tend to stop growing after a certain point. And although you will stop growing after a certain point, you will grow into a taller height than they will." So he's like, "Okay, Mom, I won't do that no more." I said, "No, don't say it no more, not do that." And he's like, "Okay, I'm not going to say it no more." So I said, "Okay, cool." And to keep it real clear, folks, this boy 25 years old. I've never heard him use that word ever again. And I think it's important to educate our children. Now, don't get me wrong. I did laugh, but I wasn't laughing at the man. I was laughing at my child's sheer ignorance into thinking that he can just say this and he doesn't even understand. This fool didn't even know how to say it, let alone understand what he was saying. So he has been educated. We never had to have that discussion again. Moving along, Sugar. Now, follow me as Mama change topics. So we are on our way to my grandma's house. My aunt is there. We're coming to see her. This is my favorite aunt. We're coming to see her because she was at my grandma's house recovering because she had to get her leg cut off. The reason she had to get her leg cut off was because she had blood clots in the chambers of her toes and they could not get them out. So she had to get from her knee, like under her knee down, cut off. So as this is going on, this is the first time we see her after this happens. And I think this is probably about 6 months later after she had gotten the surgery or whatever. So we are not thinking about the surgery driving down there because if we did, we would have briefed Wink in the car. Okay? Wink has a mouth on him like you wouldn't believe. And I'm always in a bunch of crap because of this little boy's mouth. So I would have briefed him in the car, but my mother nor myself, we didn't even think about it. So we get in the house and my mom, it hits her. As soon as we get there, she's like, "Keep Wink with you. That way, if he says something stupid, you can snatch him up out of the room." I said, "Cool, no problem, Mama. I got it. I know the assignment," right? We're on our way upstairs to go see Aunt Joe. Mama stopped this jerk right on the steps. "Winky, don't say anything stupid." Now, mind you, he's 4 years old. Most normal adults don't have to talk. They don't have to talk to their 4-year-olds like this. But I knew what 4-year-old I had, and I knew what I needed to say to him. Now, he looks at me. He's like befuddled. Like, "What do you mean don't say anything stupid? I didn't even do anything." And I'm like, "Listen, just don't say anything stupid." So we get upstairs. We get in the room. Again, I'm on top of the assignment. I got Wink standing right next to me. We greet Aunt Joe. We say the hellos and we do the things. But I don't even know how I did it. I let Aunt Joe just distract me for a couple of minutes. And I walk over to her dresser because she wanted me to see a picture. So whilst Mama is studying the picture. I hear, you can't beat me up because you only got one leg. You can't catch me. I'm like, oh my God. What am I hearing? What is happening? I turn around. I'm like, what? My Aunt Joe is cracking up laughing. This woman is laughing at this boy so hard she's crying. I'm like, Joe, what happened? She was she was like, I knew Wink was gonna say some old smart crap. That's exactly why I told him I'ma beat him up. And his response was, Joe, Aunt Joe, nope, that's not gonna happen. Let me tell you why. Cause you only got one leg. I was like, oh my God, are you kidding? Why, Wink? Why? That's all I had. So my aunt, she's laughing so hard, she calls my mom upstairs. Now, at this point, I know I'm in trouble. So my mom comes up. My Aunt Joe is laughing. She tells my mom what's happening. My mother looks at me. She doesn't look at my Aunt Joe, who started the stuff. She doesn't look at Wink, who's ignorant about the stuff that Aunt Joe started. She looked at me. I'm like, oh my God, I'm in trouble. I was like, oh my God, I'm in trouble. So yet again, Winky in this mouth got me in all kinds of trouble because I know when I get home, my mom is going to grind me up. Baby, listen to me. If looks could kill, I would have been a dead duck because my mother was looking at me crazy when she realized what was going on. And I gave her the look back like, Mama, if I was standing next to that boy, I'd have snatched him off the hinges or at least pulled him out the room. Listen to me, folks. Winky in that mouth gets me in trouble at all costs every time. Thank you so much for watching Craft Saint.